I like Minecraft Redstone, which is weird because I've only been playing Minecraft for a month, but it just seems interesting to me. And I've been having a lot of fun with it. So I'm going to do what the great Mumbo Jumbo has done and show off what I've been doing. But first things first, meet Flumpy. Hi Flumpy, you're a good little cat. Flumpy. But enough about him, and also don't mind Fred. He's the forbidden one. But anyways, here's what I wanted to show you guys. So in this masterfully crafted room, you saw nothing. We have here two cats. Meet Mingo and Mango. They're going to be very important, and I'll show you why. So if you wanted to say, give Mingo a little walk. Very cool. And we'll get into how all that works later, but first things first, as cool people say, Geronimo. Wow, what an interesting room. Something that is very cool and is totally a cool build. That is totally a cool build. It's cool. But I don't really want to spend all my time in here for the rest of my days, so I gotta find a way out. I mean, I can't very well fly out, right? But it doesn't really seem like there's anything here. Oh, what's this? A pressure plate. So I just do a little doohickey here, go into crawl mode, and it opens up a passageway. Really cool. Let me get rid of these. And you get to drop into this room. Now before I show you any of this stuff, I want to show you one thing back where we came. And that is, you can get back inside. Neat. So first thing I want to show you is this right here. You might immediately notice these very ugly, interesting, whatever, honey blocks. Well, okay, I think it's very obvious. It launches you. That's what it does. Nice. Basically, this launches the first slime block up and takes these pistons and slime blocks out and up, all the way up, and removes the floor, and then replaces it once you're back up there. And then you have this elevator here, which when you press this button, you'll hear a timer. And up we go. And then you could pop out into this nice living room. It's very good. Trust me. And then you go back inside, you wait a little longer, and there we go. And down we go, back down the old rabbit hole. But anyways, what I showed you in merely seconds took me about a week to build. So I'm going to show you how it works. First off, the cat mechanism. So the basic idea is that when you sit up a cat, the floor comes out. Sit the cat down, floor goes back in. It's quite simple, really. And yes, I stole that from Mumbo Jumbo. Don't worry, it's fine. But anyways, this works through a simple system that I totally didn't find online in a tutorial. Basically, a cat sits on a slab over a chest that has something in it, over a hopper that has everything in it, powering this block. Basically, when the cat stands up, it allows this comparator to see that there's something inside the chest, powering the whole machine. So the redstone signal comes down here, powers this block, going out to here, which is basically a double piston extender, which pushes both sides in, to then be pushed up by these pistons, which would be powered by this line, and vice versa. Although you may be wondering, why is there a second cat? Well, when a player disconnects from a server, then cats automatically stand up. Obviously, I wouldn't want this door constantly being open from Mingo standing up anytime I'm off the server. So I have this little guy here to make sure that doesn't happen. Basically, when I leave the server, he'll stand up, and when he's standing up, the door doesn't activate. How does this happen? Well, basically, Tango here is hooked up to this system, which retracts this sticky piston, making this block go down so that it can't be powered by this line, thus not powering anything. So you'll see if we sit Tango down. Nice. Now this room works pretty simply. We have a pressure plate here that powers this redstone down here, going all the way over here into what we call a T flip-flop, which is basically a toggle button, going into here, powering a triple sticky piston combo, which pulls this block in, and these blocks to the side. The next system, we get to go back into the tunnel. So basically how it works is you have a button here that activates this redstone here, which in the first part just pushes this slime block up. Very simple. But the next part was a little tricky to get the spacing right, to be honest. I had to power this block, which is directly touching this piston here, which brings this block out as soon as you're bounced up here to catch you, plus this line going up here with a little bit of delay, going into this block here, which powers this trap door. So basically what happens is you get launched up, caught by this block, and pushed into crawling mode by the trap door. But next up we got the launching mechanism. So basically if you go in here, we have a button on this block that powers this redstone, powering this piston, bringing this trunk up to get this observer, sensing the change in the leaves, so that I could start activating this system. Now this is one of the 2 increments of the bounce pad things. So first off, it powers this block for 1 tick, going into this system with a pulse extender, going into connecting with 2 sticky pistons, that would then push a vertical upward sticky piston and a slime block over into the chamber, which would then get powered by this second line, which goes all the way over here, powers it once at 0 ticks, powers it twice at another 0 ticks, basically so that I can drop and retract the block, and then it all works in reverse too. It does this a second time, and then we finally have the bit that removes the floor and replaces it once we get back up there. So this redstone not only powers this piston, but it also powers this block, which just goes around over to this piston, which pushes up these sticky honey blocks, and this redstone block powering this mechanism, which is basically the complete opposite of what the other increments were doing, except you'll see the second piston is only powered once. That's because I'm an idiot and thought that it needed to be powered twice, but if this is powered first and the in the wall pistons are powered second, then I don't even need to have a second pulse, because as soon as it turns off, this will be powered first, thus firing off the piston again and then bringing it inward. Just forget all that I just said, I was completely wrong. But anyways, on to the next thing, the elevator. So this is the mechanism here. It's basically a simple flying machine with the observers facing outward, powering the slime blocks instead of the pistons directly, but the difference being this area here. It has an extra slime block allowing this observer to power 2 extra pistons, which push the whole platform up. And then we have these 2 extra slime blocks here just to make it easier to stop. But you see, unlike most flying machines, you have to prime it first, because if you don't prime it, it'll try to use this piston to push everything up, and it just won't work. So you have to push these up first, so that it's not trying to push all that, so that it can then go. Now you also most likely have to prime it going down as well. Cool, but what really took me a long time was the activation mechanism. So if you drop down here, see this? This mess activates the machine. So first off, you got the button powering the piston, yada yada yada, you know, going with the whole leaf and trunk thing again, sending a pulse through here to activate this timer, which is literally just an empty dropper that activates every few seconds 3 times. But you also got this line here, which divides into 2, which activates these 2 lamps, changing the textures, activating the observers, which in turn activates the machine. But the really annoying part to figure out, the thing that took me almost an entire day to figure out, was this here. See, you saw the other piston going upward. That leads to this, activates this, going into a T flip-flop, toggling all of these on. This is all for delay. You see, I wanted the elevator to go down after a certain amount of time, but I couldn't do that without placing like 100 different repeaters. But after all that's done, it goes into here and activates this observer, which activates this door, which changes the state of it, making the elevator go again because the observer is going to be right there. I also have another one going up to the other door. I had to get seriously creative with this one because I had to have something that wasn't pulled by slime blocks or pistons and could also change its state. But that's about all I have so far. Let me know if you'd like to see more videos like this. I don't know if I'm actually gonna keep making videos like this or not, but who knows, this might be fun. Who knows, I might make another one if this goes well. And if you like and subscribe. But that's all I have for now. See ya!